All right, boys and girls, today's lesson is lesson 3-11, and it is called Focus on Mathematical Practices. Basically, we're going to go over 2 pages in your workbook. They are pages 121 and 122, and we're going to solve them together and try to figure out why we're doing it and what they're asking and what reasons that we are going to use to solve them. So, the first one. Let's go to the first page, page 121, and I'm going to just kind of read the introduction for you. Okay, there are many things to do at an amusement park. Ride the rides, play some games, try new foods. Many people like to ride roller coasters while at the amusement park. The tallest roller coaster in the world is 456 feet tall and is located in Jackson, New Jersey. In fact, the top 3 tallest roller coasters in the world are in the United States. So, the 4th and 5th grade classes went on a field trip to the amusement park. Wouldn't you all love going on a field trip to an amusement park? But don't get your hopes up. It says there are 58 4th grade students who are in line to ride the Loop the Loop roller coaster. Each roller coaster car holds 4 people. How many roller coaster cars are needed so they all can ride? This is kind of the main thing here is is the word all, because that's really important because everyone has to get on. Okay, so that means you need to think about it. If there's a remainder, that remainder needs to go in an extra car. Okay, so I'm going to scoot this over the side. I'm going to work it out right here. What it's saying is there's 58 4th grade students divided by 4 in each car. 4 goes into 5 one time. Bring down the 8. 4 goes into 18 4 times with a remainder of 2. This tells me I need 14 cars to get 4 in each car, but then I have 2 people left over, so that means I need to get an extra car. Okay? I need to have 15 then, so that means everyone can go on the ride. So, let's see here. So with that said, my answer would be 15 cars are needed. Because if there's 4 people in each car, 14 will go, 4 times 14 will get me 56. Then there's 2 people left over, so I need a car for those 2 people. Remember, it all goes back to baseball cards. I know I told you when we first started talking about remainders, how the baseball cards is. You don't want, if you're protecting all your baseball cards, and they all go in these plastic sleeves, and the sleeves hold 9 cards. If you have 2 extra cards, you have a remainder of 2, you don't want to just throw those cards around. You're going to get an extra sheet that's only going to have 2 cards in it. Alright, number 2. So there are 41 5th grade students who are in line to ride the mile-long wooden roller coaster. Each roller coaster car holds 6 people. How many students will be in a roller coaster car that is not full? Okay. Well, you're going to do the same type of thing here. You're going to take 41 divided by 6, and then they're going to ask for a remainder. And the remainder is what the answer is here. See, how many students will be in a roller coaster car that is not full? Okay, so it kind of goes to what we did in the last one, except we're not adding an extra car. Well, we would be adding an extra car to get them all in, but the question they're asking is how many kids will be in that car. So, I know 6 can go into 41 6 times. Give me 36, remainder of 5. So that's telling me that there'll be 5 students in that last car, because it's the not full car. And that's okay. I'm sure you've been on roller coasters, or you've been places where it's not evenly dispersed, meaning sometimes there'll be cars with less people. Sometimes there'll be cars with exactly the right amount of people. All right. So let's turn to the next page. 122. It's going to continue with the roller coaster amusement park fun. Okay, so after riding the roller coasters, the 4th and 5th grade classes spend the rest of the day getting lunch, going shopping, and riding the rest of the rides at the amusement park. So I want you to solve a few problems. It says there are 27 students in Evan's group. Each group decides to get a kid's meal for lunch at the food stand. If each kid kids' meal is $7. How much did the students spend together? Okay, so this is a different operation, meaning we're not doing division here. So what we're doing now is we're taking 27, multiplying it by 7, because that's what it's asking. If 27 kids all eat a $7 meal, you would multiply 27 times 7. So 7 times 7 is 49. Put the 4 up there. 2 times 7 is 14. Add the 4 on, you get 18. So that means that $189 is spent on food altogether in Evan's group. Okay. The next one. 31 students are in line to ride the Ferris wheel. 4 students are needed to fill each wheel car. How many Ferris wheel cars will be full? All right. So this is the one where you might have to do a couple different operations. Actually, no, I'm sorry. You won't have to do a couple different operations, but you will need to understand your remainder here. Okay, so it's saying 31 divided by, let's see, 4 students in each line, or 4 students in each car, 28, remainder of 3. So you have your answer now. So it's going to ask you how many Ferris wheel cars will be full. Okay, so this is telling you that 7 cars will be full, and then there'll be 1 car with just 3 people in it. But that's not what they're asking. They're asking how many cars will be full. 7 cars will be full. All right. So, next one, it says, in the souvenir shop, a worker opens a box of posters. The posters in the box are bundled in groups of 8. There are a total of 2,864 posters in a box. How many bundles of posters are there? Okay, so this is another division. You'll take 2,864 divided by 8. Okay, and then figure the answer out and then continue with the question. So 8 times 3 is 24. Remainder of 4. 6 comes down. 8 times 5 is 40. 6 left over, 64. And 8 times 8 is 64, makes 0, and there's no remainder. So this is kind of easy. How many bundles of posters are in a box? How many bundles of posters are in the box? Well, your answer should be 358. Make sure you put the unit, which is bundles. All right, so this lesson is basically about understanding word problems, number problems, story problems, whatever we call them, and it walks us through the possible outcomes and how just because we're not working with division, just because we are working division a lot this unit doesn't mean everything has to do with division. So in here we use some multiplication and division, and we tried to understand what to do with the remainder, because sometimes we're kind of like, what do we do with that remainder? So from this point on, the lesson's a little short one today, so I want you to go back and I want you to spend time on Unit 3 workbook pages, because I know we have a lot of people that haven't done a whole lot, so I'd like for you to get on and work on those.